Breaking news today. Newly uncovered documents suggest that the so-called Russiagate investigation was more than a mere blunder. It appears to have been a deliberate strategy by Clinton insiders and top officials to use intelligence in an attempt to undermine a sitting president. What more might they be concealing?
Hello, and welcome to That News Show, where we discuss the latest facts, fakes, and hypocrisy as reported by the legacy media. Let's roll the tape.
Fox News reports tonight that Taibbi has exposed the Clinton Russiagate plot, leaving no room for doubt. After years of denials and countless lectures from so-called experts and their media allies, the truth has emerged. The Russia investigation was not merely a mistake. It was a deliberate operation orchestrated by the Clinton campaign and top Obama officials to sabotage a sitting president and overturn the will of the American people. Consider the implications. Intelligence agencies were weaponized for political purposes, supported by foreign-funded groups, all to protect the establishment. This is a far cry from democracy. It illustrates what happens when unaccountable elites override the voters' decisions. Meanwhile, the same media that once championed this scheme now acts as if it never occurred. They're desperate to conceal the truth because, if Americans fully understood the extent of this corruption, it could transform the entire system. Let's see what we've got here.
Have been started. We just don't know exactly what they're going to charge. It's going to be some kind of conspiracy case, but conspiracy to do what exactly isn't clear. But the evidence is abundant, and they've completely exploited the myth of Russiagate at this point.
And if people want to know the latest, just cut through it all, follow Matt Taibbi on Substack, on Racket News.
We're witnessing the unraveling of one of the most orchestrated political operations in recent American history, an operation that, as emerging evidence suggests, was less about national security and more about using intelligence agencies for partisan purposes. Recent discoveries of documents concealed in FBI burn bags expose that this was not merely a botched investigation, but a deliberate attempt by high-level officials from the Obama administration and the Clinton campaign to undermine the incoming administration and subvert the electoral will. The Durham report and subsequent declassifications have shown that intelligence was politicized from the start, with officials promoting a baseless narrative of Russian interference and collusion with Trump, despite their own assessments showing no such evidence. Whistleblowers have detailed how dissent was suppressed, promotions were linked to political allegiance, and flawed intelligence practices became standard to support a baseless narrative. It's unsurprising that the media, having long echoed this crafted storyline, now attempt to downplay these revelations or label them as disinformation. Outlets that once won awards for their coverage now struggle to acknowledge their role in this deception, opting instead to repeat exhausted talking points. This isn't journalism, it's narrative management serving political interests. More disturbingly, there is an international aspect to this saga. Credible evidence suggests that organizations funded by entities like George Soros' Open Society Foundation had foreknowledge of the FBI's actions. This goes beyond domestic political maneuvers. It involves foreign influence that aims to direct our law enforcement and intelligence, compromising American sovereignty and electoral integrity. The criminal referrals and ongoing investigations into figures like John Brennan and James Comey are a step toward accountability. The real issue extends beyond individual accountability. It's about the systemic weaponization of government against political outsiders and the American public. For years, the previous administration, along with its allies in the media and bureaucracy, sought to delegitimize a duly elected president under the guise of national security. The lesson here is clear. Unchecked power in the hands of unaccountable elites, whether in Washington, the media, or international bodies, poses a serious threat to our republic. The American people deserve transparency, accountability, and a government that prioritizes their interests. The current administration's efforts to expose these abuses and restore trust in our institutions are crucial. As more details come to light, it is imperative that Congress and the public insist on full disclosure and hold those responsible accountable, ensuring such subversion of democracy never recurs. That's another interesting spin by the news media. Tonight's revelations go beyond mere politics. They expose a profound corruption at the core of our institutions. For years, we were urged to trust the experts and to believe the narrative that painted Donald Trump as a foreign agent. Meanwhile, the real collusion was taking place behind closed doors, orchestrated by the previous Democratic administration and their media allies. The Durham findings confirm what many suspected. This was never about justice, but about power, about silencing voters and undermining challenges to the globalist status quo. If we allow them to manipulate reality, what remains of our republic? Consider who truly benefits when the truth is seen as a threat. We would be happy to hear your comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, we will be watching them for you. That's all, folks.